Anyway, okay. Hello all, and welcome to session 1 of the Oddyssey. Except it has 2 Ds. This is the problem with doing a pun that works when it's written down and doesn't really work it out loud. But hello, I am Kai, your DM, and before I do introductions for our wonderful characters and players and all of that jazz, I do want to do 2 absolutely massive shout-outs, because a bunch of this stuff in this first chapter does not actually belong to me. It was not originally my idea. First up, the title, The Oddyssey. Modmad, thank you. That was a fucking brilliant pun. You don't know how well you managed to sum up this mess that is going to be this long campaign. Second shout out is to Gently, who is actually listening in live at the moment. Thank you so much for giving me the Museum Hermetica.
Woo, Gently! Everybody give a round of applause for Gently.
While it is me that's going to be coming up with basically all the gameplay events that are going to be happening, the setting, the idea, some of the gorgeous descriptions, are things that Gently handed over to me just because, yes, Gently had cool ideas. I went, yes, I would love to play this, and now I'm turning it into this. So after that little ramble, would our players like to introduce themselves, starting from the top?
Hi, my name is Lizz, and today I'll be playing Miss Foam Forrester.
We will go into more detail as we go along, I guess. And next up?
Yeah, I think that's me, right? I have them in the square.
Yeah,
that's you.
Hi, I'm Mock, and I am playing a character called Biff Hitley. She's big.
Yeah.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Snail. And I will be playing Toonkind Warren Monk. Their name is Tsugi, and they are definitely not my normal playstyle, if you can't tell by the sudden change of my voice. But they're here. If you want a basic description, it's, oh my god, it's that kind of animated pretty boy that doesn't actually do exaggerated faces. Ugh. How are they having that mohawk, though?
Oh yeah, and last but not least,
Hi, I am Jay, and I'm going to be playing a Lisa Frank-inspired abomination called Francesca Elizabeth Steinbeck. Everyone calls her Frankie. She is a she-they. She sort of looks like if you fused Princess Celestia and Discord from My Little Pony, and then the result got caught in a fatal explosion at a holographic sticker factory.
What an introduction. Okay, well, and I've already introduced myself, but thank you everyone for those wonderful descriptions. If you have got any art of your characters, which I know that basically everyone has at least some art, it would be wonderful if you stuck them in the OOC game discussion channel so people in the Hazelnut Gallery can get a bit of an idea of what they're not looking at, because this is an audio medium. I will be putting links in a YouTube video later on, so people can check those out later. For now, Frankie, Lizz, I have already forgotten your character's name. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
What?
Oh, Foam.
Foam.
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Foam, thank you. I have it written down here. Why did I not do that? Sorry. Frankie, Foam, and Tsugi, you guys have received an invitation. It is specifically to the grand reopening of the Museum Hermetica, and it has a couple of words of oh yes, see amazing sights, brilliant automatons, and dinner will be provided, which is frankly the most the best part of the invitation. I do gotta ask, where did you guys get your invitations? Because that's up to you. Foam, you're up first.
God, where would a forest creature get an invitation to a museum? The first gut instinct is she took it. She wouldn't say she took it. She would say she obtained it through divine means. I can't think of anything else, so she took it, and now she is interested to go into this museum because she has missed out on a lot of history in this local area, and she would like to catch up. And what's better than a museum to do that?
All right. And Tsugi, where did you get yours?
So Tsugi has been doing a lot of odd jobs around the area recently. They've been making noises among the people that gather around the bar around them. Normal people would call them friends, but not Tsugi. They're not close enough yet. You have to reach level 5 friendship before you actually are a friend to Tsugi. Have heard rumblings that they're like ready to move on, but one of the people that's taken a fondness to them has decided that as a reward for a particularly good job done, they'd give an invitation that was really meant for them. And it's the kind of it's the kind of rich folk that, you know, like they're actually giving off stuff they don't want to do. But Suki's semi interested, and like there is a meal. Who doesn't love a good fresh meal and the fact that they don't have to spend gold for it? So like they'll suffer through the niceties in order to get their fill and then get out.
That's fair. I mean, again, free dinner, so why not? And finally, Frankie, how did you get yours?
Frankie has been aggressively networking with anybody who comes into arm's reach because they recently had a career change. They used to be a grief counselor that has sort of fallen through, and they've been trying to get a kind of a foothold to pay for their magical studies for a good while. And somebody who they met through somebody else has passed on an invitation to somebody else that somehow wound up getting passed onto them, kind of similarly in a way of Sugi is sort of like, we don't really necessarily want to go to this thing, so we're gonna pass it down the chain until somebody looks at it and goes, oh, this is an opportunity, which is what Frankie has definitely seen. And also because there is free food and Frankie has student loans to pay.
So, like, you've got student loans to pay, then it's like, look, it's either free food at this weird museum reopening or ramen again for like the 50th time.
They're so bored of ramen.
And this is why free food got added to the invite. But yes, so thank you three for seeing where you've got this. It doesn't particularly matter where in Einquell you began this whole thing, because these invites went out across the land. However, where you have wound up now is hovering outside some rather rusted and vine-riddled gates in the middle of nowhere, aka a couple of miles outside Villestown, a little bit to the south. It's you're kind of out in the country. There's not really much going on, but as you look through these gates, there is what seems to be a giant manor house on the top of a hill that seems to have been converted into something else. There are lots of lights glowing in the window, but right now there's around 40 people just hovering outside these gates. Like, you guys have actually managed to arrive on time. The gates have not opened yet. Is there anything you want to do while you're hovering around here?
Tsugi is going to look around at everybody who is very intently waiting for the gates, and they are just going to do a heel turn. They are not leaving, but they are looking at everything around the area that is not the gates. Can I roll perception?
Please. Yeah, no, please do.
So they've decided that people have pretty much got the front gate covered. They're just looking everywhere else. And looking very disinterested.
All right.
Only a 10, not great.
That's not amazing, but you do manage to see a couple of new things. So when you are looking around, you get a little bit distracted by this crowd of people. Even if you're hovering on the edge, it's kind of hard to ignore them all. But you do also spot by the side of the gate what seems to be a small little gatehouse. It's pretty tiny compared to what a normal gatehouse would look like, because there's no real doors on it, so obviously people aren't meant to go in and out. You look a bit closer, though, and it does seem to be occupied, though its occupant is definitely not moving. If you want to find out more, you will have to roll investigation if you want to go have a closer look at it, but otherwise, with a 10, there's not really much else you'll see.
Suki's gonna hold their investigation because they're not yet interested, aka everybody else. You guys have a chance to go.
I mean, Frankie is going to be talking to anybody who stands still long enough, because Frankie is one of those terrifying people who actually likes small talk and likes to talk to people. I want to kind of find out, me as a player metagaming, is like the kind of people who are here, like asking about like what the makeup of the crowd is.
Give me perception for that. I will give you an answer no matter what you roll, but to see how detailed an answer you get.
Mm-hmm. 1 second. Oh no!
-2.
That's I forgot that Frankie has a -2.
You did this to yourself.
6. What do I get for a 6, Kai?
There's a couple of dozen people about. It's a pretty good mix of people. There's toons of all kinds. There's a couple of real kind people here as well. They're not as many, it's just kind of the handful of real kind. There's a lot of people here.
Kai, I could have used my eyes for that.
You rolled a 6.
Oh, fine. I'll take it.
You got way too distracted, like, doing this small talk to actually remember why you were doing this small talk. So afterwards, you were just like, oh, wait, what did I actually say? What did I actually hear? People.
It's like that. I definitely talked to some people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're having a lovely time.
Frankie is having a great time, by the way.
How's our third lovely guest going?
Third?
Yep.
Third.
Third.
Okay. Yeah, she is currently at the gate holding the invitation she was given, like it's a pamphlet. You know, that kind of way where people are just studying it over and over and over again as they are idly waiting. But Foam is also eavesdropping, seeing what kind of murmurings is happening. She isn't approaching people. She doesn't approach people approach her. And yeah, I would like to also roll perception or just try to see what people are talking about while standing in front of this gate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what's your perception? I know it's not bad.
Look, as long as you've got something better than a -2, I think you'll be good.
Oh, hush.
Yeah.
I mean, with my +2, I only got a 10, so...
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if the dice hate you, the dice just hate you.
Come on.
21!
Thankfully, the dice do seem to love Miss Foam. Okay.
Honestly, who doesn't?
Exactly. We are all love Miss Foam.
Alright, with a 21, you are going to get a bunch of details here, though we'll start off with saying what you were focused on, which is seeing what people are chattering about. You've got some idle chatter, but like between people that do seem to know each other and people that don't seem to know each other, a couple of greetings. Some people go, oh, you work out in Toontown? That's great, I'm just up in Happier's place. There's like starts chattering about like various workplace sort of things. You spot a couple of scientists who seem to be gabbling a lot of very scientific talk, and if you want to find out more about that, you'd have to roll Arcana. But we can come back to them later. The interesting things that you do tend to hear, though, is very much stuff along the line of, do you have any idea what's going on here? Because as far as you can tell, with that 21, no one is really sure quite what this place is about. There's some people that do seem to remember something about a Museum Hermetica, but that closed down like 100 years ago, like if at least. So this place has been closed for a pretty long time, as far as you can tell, from rumours and gossip. And no one really knows what they're doing. The other thing I will say that you notice with the 21 while you're wandering around this crowd is you also get a bit of a look at the gatehouse, and you also see that figure standing in it. And you get a bit of a better look, and you see that it isn't a person, it seems to be some sort of person-shaped machine. It's very much broken down, but you can see a couple of like gears and levers and everything in its back, and it's just kind of slumped there, unmoving. Anything else with the 21? You, like, when you are actually looking up and the direction of the museum, I said before, like, all the lights and everything seem to be on. You do not see any movement throughout the windows, though.
Okay.
It's just spooky. I don't like it.
It's yes, very spooky. But Foam is fond of it, of the mechanical stuff that she's seen, but also not. She's not fond of metals per most druids, but the nature seems to be fine around here. Seems to be reclaiming, doing its job.
Yeah, it's certainly having fun taking over the gate.
Looks good.
It was all fine to me.
Love what you've done with the place.
Alright, did any of you three want to do anything else, or shall I move on with things?
Oh, can I do something while she's waiting? She's going to ritual cast detect magic to see if anything sparks up in this area, especially with the shutdown gatehouse mechanism.
Yeah, sure. Remind me how far the radius of that spell goes, or how far it
Let me
covers.
double check. It's 30 feet, and she's like weaving between people's feet.
Okay. You do not sense any magic coming from the gatehouse. That seems to be pretty much dead. You do sense some magic attached to the gates. I do not know what school of magic it would be because I don't have those things memorized. But you can kind of tell it's a low-level, reasonably simple spell of move when you get told to move kind of thing. You do sense a fair bit of magic coming from various people in the crowd. So obviously there's a couple of spellcasters and people carrying magic items in there, especially from those two science people that were talking magic before. But nothing really out of the ordinary.
Cool. Yeah, she slumps in her spot, waiting.
Fair enough. Tsugi and Frankie, did you have anything you guys wanted to do here?
Tsugi's just waiting. Like I said, Tsugi's not yet interested in anything. So they've made note that some people are doing stuff, but mostly they're actually just like looking at the scenery around, since somebody else seems to have noticed the little gate how thingamahoozy connected to the gate. So they're just like, nice.
Nope, that's fair.
Me as a player, I really, really want to go and poke at the robot in the sentry in the sentry box, but the problem is Frankie hasn't seen that. And I don't think my 6 would necessarily let me go and talk to the.
Like, you don't know shit, my dude.
I don't know. So unfortunately, yes, I want to do things, but my rolls won't let me.
Let's
bust your way into a conversation.
Let's just say, like, you can make small talk with plenty of the people there, because again, there's quite a few people there, so there's plenty of conversation that you can be having. It is at this point, though, that we're going to switch over to our 4th player and member of this future party. And
Who?
Hello, yes, Mock, thank you for being so fucking patient.
Oh, it's great. No, I'm having a great time.
All right.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. Biff, you have been waiting inside, so wonderfully patient. You have been in this place for a while now. You've only been here for like maybe maximum of an hour while you did a bit of helping setting things up, along with a couple of other of your friends, most notably Lucky, your partner in crime.
Of course.
I think that, but at this point in time, it is now like a couple of minutes before the hour. So, like, you've got Lockie there just, like, checking their watch and everything, going, ugh, you reckon it's about time to open the gates yet?
Don't know, what time did you say it was?
Oh, Liz said the gates are meant to open on the hour and a couple minutes early. Do you think they'd mind? Well, no, I suppose they're a bunch of clockwork, aren't they?
So the clock is on the hour?
Wait. And, like, Lockie's just staring at their watch and just watching the second hand. Tick, tick, tick. And then the moment that it hits the hour, let's say it's 7 p.m. So the moment it hits 7 o'clock, just you hear dong, 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 and bells start ringing out throughout the museum. Yeah, alright, it's time. Gates will be opening. Go welcome people in. Don't forget to check all their invites.
Got it.
And Biff, you get to go stand by the door just on the inside.
Biff stands by the door on the inside.
I do gotta ask, was there anything, like, prior to this, was there anything that you would have particularly been looking at or wanting to do, like, while you were in this place just waiting around?
Not really anything in particular.
Fair enough. All right.
Am I just moving boxes? What am I moving?
You were helping set up tables and chairs and making sure that, like, plates and cutlery were out, and then just after you'd pulled the plates and cutlery out, Lockie came round behind you to put things in the right order and make sure, like, the forks were sufficiently fancy and maybe steal a couple of pieces of silverware.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, you trusted Biff with plates? Those are glass!
That's why we're such a good team. Yeah, I'll go stand by the door, look at some funny piece of paper. I got that.
You got that. All right, cool. As the clock strikes the hour, we duck back to everyone waiting around outside because the gates on their own start open, and they, like, even with all the vines and the rust and everything that's trying to grow over them, they do manage to open reasonably easily, if slowly, and everyone can start filtering up towards the house.
Well, this isn't ominous at all.
There's many old things in the world. Don't worry about it. We'll head in.
Alright, yeah, you walk up towards the museum and you are greeted by this absolutely massive pair of doors with a huge ornamental piece of what looks to be gold, although could be some other semi-precious metal, in the shape of a snake eating its own tail, much like in the title card of this episode. And you guys watch as you stand there and the snake lets go of its tail, and you watch gears click and clank as the door unlocks itself and opens, and Biff, well, I say Biff, a rather large brick wall of a lady with an inner waistcoat is standing just inside the door.
Large and terrifying.
All right, let me get those papers.
I feel like Miss Foam was at the front, and she just, shuffles forward. She only hits the knee of this lady, I'm pretty sure. And she's like, hold on a moment. Her eyes dip into the darkness, and then they pop back out. No, they don't pop back out. And what comes out is this horrifying hand holding the invitation, and it just kind of stretches up to meet Biff's gaze, but not close enough. If you do look at the paper, it says something like Ebenezer.
That doesn't matter. Biff takes a look at it, squints, holds it in her hand, just tosses it behind her.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, no, you're still going to need to keep the invite on you, but yeah.
You have to pick it up from where Biff has... Everyone has to pick up their invites from where Biff has just been sort of tossing them.
We'll unfold it and just shimmy past. That was a nice lady.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Alright, and you can wonder onwards, are there any other shenanigans that happen with the other two? I will say, all the other guests, there's like, yeah, the usual chattering, passing it over, a couple of people just kind of, at the absolute size of Biff, but generally nothing that really stands out.
Frankie
Anyone
makes sure
suspicious?
to...
Anyone suspicious?
Ooh, roll me either investigation or insight, up to you.
It's gonna be insight.
Yeah.
Because I believe for insight, yeah, I can just roll a 5d20. 5.
Cool.
No,
Character accurate.
yeah,
Biff is
Accurate.
letting anyone and everyone into this event.
Alright, you're watching, and like, as you're kind of going, you're going, oh no, this is completely simple, this is like, simple to the point of boring, there's absolutely nothing suspicious going on. Wait a second.
Your job is to keep people out, so this is a breeze.
Yeah, but then you kind of go, wait a second, this is a little bit too easy, and like, you get that moment of just starting to be suspicious of everyone, and you don't know what you're looking for on these invites, but you're double checking them just in case someone's faked one.
I mean, the first person in the queue was Miss Foam, who I think is objectively the most suspicious-looking individual in the entire crowd. So, like...
I think you mean least suspicious person in the entire crowd. Did you see that adorable character design?
I don't know. There's this poodle over there within a poodle skirt that's looking pretty suspicious. She's got some very shifty eyes.
A poodle in a poodle skirt just seems wrong.
Look, you're toons.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult to tell.
But
I think by the time we get to Tsugi at the back of the line, Biff is just like, don't try anything funny. like
Whoa.
intimidating.
Whoa, hey there, buddy. I think you know me. I wouldn't try anything suspicious unless I was told to, am I right? So the thing is, Tsugi and Biff have actually been on a completely legal and legit mission from the Adventurers Guild
oh,
before.
Yeah.
Totally. They walked into a place that they definitely didn't break into, and Biff watched the door for suspicious bad people, while Tsugi and unnamed accomplices fixed the house from all of its illegal contraband, and then they left.
Good work!
So
roll
they,
to see if Biff remembers you.
God, Biff, please.
I mean, Biff,
12.
this is up to you. I will say, Biff, if you did remember this would be all the more reason to be suspicious of this guy.
Yeah.
so does a 12
kinda
get me
looks
in
you up
good,
and
or
down.
does a 12 get me in bad?
Now Biff kind of looks you up and down, and she kind of squints her eyes at you as if she's trying to like get a better look at you, and she's like, "Hey, I think I remember you."
Yeah, that's
good,
the
hey.
Biff I know. Just sort of
Pats
like,
you on the back really hard.
Sound of spine snapping.
Yes.
Crunch!
I mean, here's the interesting thing. Most of Tsugi reacts normally, but his back like sort of does that toonish warp thing, and then like his very stylized head sort of like snaps where he's like, oh, we're gonna work on those. Make sure you don't do too many of those at the time. Woo! Okay, bye, Biff.
Biff waves. Crosses her arms, stands at the door. A job well done.
Has Biff ever considered becoming a chiropractor?
Not really.
I mean, like, on one hand, like, you do generally need qualifications. On the other hand, you'd make more money out of it.
Hmm.
Anyway, everyone has filtered in, and you guys are all hanging around in the lobby. Quick question, does anyone get close to, like, all the statues and everything on near the walls as you are walking through this place?
Yes, definitely. I want to have
Yes,
a look at those.
beelines.
Cool. Question, were you wearing any coats and or hats?
Looked at this character design.
Okay, I think you're good. I mean, you never know. You could have found a hat somewhere and decided to wear it to this fancy dinner, Foam.
Oh, she found a tie, but she didn't know where to put it. So she is wearing it. It's in the dark.
It's in there somewhere.
I love it.
Does it root around in her hammer space?
Yeah, it is there.
Tie it onto the little mushroom.
She could. That was a thought, but I was like, no, it's fine.
Maybe next time.
Frankie's got like a bright pink feather bar fluffy thing.
It is up to you whether this gets taken or
Yes,
not.
I want to see cool things happen. Show me the cool robots, Kai.
I will say, you guys will have probably seen this a bit as various people in front of you have stepped past them, but as you've kind of gone through got your invite checked, gone through this door, you've walked past a couple of rows of these supposedly still and very shiny looking statues. And then you step forward, and the statues are no longer statues as they reach out their arms to pick off coats and hats of people as they walk by. There's a couple sort of noises as people get frightened by this at first, but eventually just kind of ripples out into laughter as this goes on. And yeah, taking care of your hats and coats.
Oh, isn't this absolutely charming? And Frankie does a little...
Jay, I'm sorry to derail this now. You sound like an Aardman character, and it delights me and also gives you a whiplash.
No, I'll take it. I was just trying to do a customer service voice, but I'll take it.
Oh, I love that.
No.
Dare I ask what that role was for, Tsugi?
Oh, you sure dare can ask. As you guys see that rippling out in front of you, people's hats and coats are taken. Tsugi not only sticks to the very center of the room, but he sort of hunches forward and his ambling changes, and he tries very carefully, because you may notice his character design does have a coat, but he is not parting with the coat. So that is a sneak roll. If you need me to roll something else, please do tell me.
No, I would say 16 for stealth is enough that you can easily kind of slide your way past these statues as they're picking up other people's hats and coats. So you can easily keep yours on if you want.
All right, the coat is staying on.
I got a question.
Yep.
Is Biff staying by the door? I mean, she hasn't been told to go anywhere, but if someone told her to go somewhere, she will be moving.
Well, you're done with guarding that particular door. No one else seems to be coming in. You're not really waiting on anyone else. But also, yeah, you haven't really been told to go anywhere else just yet. So,
Okay.
On the plus side, you can easily look into the lobby where everyone is now milling about. So you get some pretty sights.
I just wanted to see if one of those statues wanted to fucking try. Take her hat.
I think if you tried to step forward after everyone else or kind of merge into that group, they absolutely would have tried, just because that's what they're programmed to do.
Sorry, that's hilarious, actually. She is gonna move, and...
Yoink.
She's gonna kind of follow this crowd.
Show us.
I don't... They try it, man. I think one of them... I mean, do they just, reach down? Are they very tall? I'm not sure.
They're kind of up on little plinths, so they're not, super duper tall, but, they do have to reach up a little bit, but not up heaps to get to the top of your head.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I imagine as one is trying this, Biff snaps her head around and just says, "Hey, watch it! I'm walking here!" Smacks their arm out of the way. I don't know if that's enough to actually damage it, but...
How hard are you trying to hit this thing, or is it just
Very.
general Very hard? Okay, can you please make an attack roll against the statue?
Biff has
Sure.
one mode of attack, and it is yes.
Go, Biff, go. Go, Biff, go.
I
didn't make
think this is
stats.
technically unarmed, so
Yeah.
I'll just add the strength. Whoa, that's a
whoa!
Whoa!
Hey, Biff!
That's a
Thank
5.
fuck. Because A, I didn't make stats for these guys, but I know a 5 is low enough that it ain't gonna work. B, it means I don't need to deal with the ramifications of you having broken an arm off this thing.
Great.
I will say, maybe this thing was just a little bit faster than you anticipated, so it moves its hand out of the way. Maybe it's like sees you reaching up for the hat and just goes, maybe I won't, and pulls its arm back. But well done. You have successfully kept your hat, but have not been successfully at whacking this thing.
What are they doing with the
They're just
coats
holding
and
them.
stuff? Are they just holding them?
They're just holding them, so you've got like a couple of rows of statues just with a couple of hats and coats and stuff in their hands. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's good. But yeah, you guys are all in the lobby, and now I can just kind of treat you as one big group. Thank fuck. Can I get everyone to roll perception, please?
Hell yeah.
Biff, you have advantage, seeing as you were in here before everyone else turned up. You've had a bit more time to get used to the place.
Ha, 7.
Oh, okay. That was a... Alright, so Biff...
I rolled a 14 and a 13, so
Yeah.
14.
14, a 11
Yeah.
for foam.
I will mention Tsugi has returned to his sort of leaning back form. He is no longer trying to be hidden, so that probably was what took a part of his attention away.
Wow, these sure were some fucking rolls. Okay.
14's not bad.
14's
How
not
do you feel
bad.
about the middle of the road?
I know. I mean, I will admit, you guys are all only level 3, so you don't have quite as big proficiency bonuses just yet. On the other hand,
Proficiency and perception? Hell no.
yeah. But on the other hand, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
The 7 and the 8 for Frankie and Tsugi. You two are looking around, and this place is fancy. This place sure is fancy. It's got a lot of fancy lights. It's got a lot of more of these weird little robot things in glass, display cases. Oh wow, there's this one lady here that looks like it's playing a piano. Oh, there's lots of really cool lights and everything about. There seems to be, the chandeliers at the top are all completely, enclosed in, bits of colourful glass that are kind of being scattered about the place. This place sure is swanky. That's about all you guys are gonna get.
Frankie is keeping up that as a running monologue, by the way. Just saying this to whoever's listening.
Fantastic. Next up was that 11 from Miss Foam. You get that, everything that I just said there. You do also, get this beautiful, you get a little bit more of a chance to look at some of the automatons. There was a lady playing the piano, there was, a dancing animal, a child writing at a desk, this archer-looking guy. As people are going around, they are, the automatons start moving and start doing, their little displays. But, you don't really know exactly what's causing this or what's going on. It's just pretty cool to look at. With that 14, Biff, again, you get to see everything that you saw before. I will also say, if you guys forget some of the details that I've said here, you are always welcome to ask again, and I will do my best to remember what I said.
I have a quick question. Were the automatons, are they moving around? Were they moving around when we were setting up?
No, they were completely still. They have only started moving as the guests arrived.
Wow.
So yeah, Biff, this is all pretty exciting to you. So you gotta look at all the automatons before, but now they're moving. Wow. It's almost like it's like a whole ass magic show going on here. But as
Oh, I didn't know they got actors for this.
I suppose, yeah, there's a big difference between perception and what you actually understand is going on.
You see everything, understand nothing.
Yeah. Wisdom and int are two different things. But yeah, you see all this stuff going on. You see the beautiful, like, stained glass chandeliers above you. You also kind of notice, you notice a little bit more these things starting up only when people first come close to them. So there must be something going on that allows them to tell when someone's getting close.
But yeah, it's because they're looking at them.
Yeah,
They're
some
called
good-
eyes.
Yeah, some great actors going on. I think, one moment, let me just double check my notes here. I think, yeah, that's about it.
She's gonna walk up to one, start making small talk with it. Is
Alright.
this one kind of by the door?
There's not. I reckon the archer's probably going to be the one closest to the door. It's kind of like shooting arrows, or like pretending. It's not actually shooting arrows. It's drawing common quiver on its back, like knocking the bow, pulling it back, and then kind of releasing it, putting the arrow back, sort of thing. It is. You get a look at its movements, and with that 14, I will say its movements are not very smooth. They do not necessarily seem natural. They are much more on the mechanical side of things, so.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a pretty fancy party, ain't it? Yeah, so I was just at the door. I don't know if you remember me.
I love Biff. I love her.
What? Oh no, I shouldn't. Oh, but
Do
I'm
it.
gonna because that's who Tsugi is. Okay,
Buddy,
I
you look
got-
a little
I gotta roll
uncomfortable. I think your form is wrong. You're gonna want to you want to put your foot out a little more. You know?
I had to give
Okay, yeah, a little more like that. Yeah.
I would like to note, it did not actually move its foot at all.
And here's something going. Oh yeah, I gotta put my foot out a little more. Okay, I'll try that, buddy. Hey, that really does help the next time it draws. Hey, buddy, you know what you're talking about. What do you think?
You ever think of a career in this?
Oh no, you're just flattering me at this point. I haven't even released the thingamahoozy that's is it called narrow? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, it's a marrow.
Oh, one of those marrow things. Hey, you're pretty smart there, Biff. Oh
Hey,
man,
of course.
you know your stuff. I've just been in this container all my life. I don't even know what's going on.
I got a lot of worldly experience.
Yeah, you know you do, buddy.
Bullying,
And-
Biff! Stop it!
And what's actually happening is, of course, Tsugi is throwing their voice towards the character because they cannot help themselves.
They're terrible. Stop being mean to Biff.
You can be as mean to Biff as you want. She won't notice either way.
Don't like that!
I will say, with an 18, no one else notices Tsugi either. So if there are other people, there are probably a couple of other people in the crowd that notice, oh, this automaton talks.
Oh, shit!
And come over to have a little bit of a conversation. How long do you feel like keeping that up?
Oh boy, you are underestimating Tsugi's patience while making petty fun poking at people.
You are so lucky that Biff does not have like a bow and arrow
Oh,
in
God.
as part of the as part of her starting equipment.
Oh, God.
So,
You're lucky. Because
Tsugi
otherwise it's
is
like, oh, looks like you're out. Let me refill.
Tsugi is just like leaning against one of the giant pillars that inevitably is in one of these lobbies, close enough that they can throw their voice, but not close enough that it seems like they're paying attention. And they are just chattering away at these people, trying to keep up this persona of, hey, I'm just a little dude, here I am, look at me, I can knock my bow. What do you think of the outside world? I haven't seen much of it inside this little glass house. Tell me about
yeah,
this
pretty good.
writing thing. What do you mean letters mean words? Words are like to say out loud. I'm
Man,
lost
I
here.
never really figured that out.
Aww.
It's fucking astounding.
They got a lot of lines on there. And usually the lines come together to mean something, but not always.
They don't always mean something, then why do you bother learning for the times that they do mean something? What am I saying, right,
This guy
Biff?
gets it. This guy gets it.
Yeah, this girl gets me, you know.
Kai, what did you... Kai just rolled a 4 for something. What did you just roll a 4 for?
Okay, so you know those scientist dudes that I kind of mentioned earlier?
Yes.
All right,
Oh no!
that was for one of them. I need a roll for the other as well, who actually is also just a +2, so one moment. Please let the one that actually has a fucking brain cell, Okay, that makes sense. I just want to say, these roles are perfectly in character for the pair of them.
That was a 21, by the way.
Alright, with that 4, like, you guys, like, you notice, like, specifically Tsugi, as you were the one doing this whole thing, you notice this rather short and round human man come over, and like, you're fairly sure he's human. You're fairly sure he's human. He is the tooniest looking real kind that you have ever fucking met. And he kind of is short, he's mostly bald, but he's got like white hair sticking out from around the outside. He's got these very round glasses, this very round nose, and like wearing a lab coat and everything. I was like, oh, fascinating. I didn't really, like, oh wait, I gave him an accent. Let's see how bad I can do this. All right.
Woo!
Fascinating. I didn't think, how do you fucking do a German accent? I have now entirely
Oh my
forgotten.
god, is that what you were trying to do?
No. I mean, yes, but no.
Give it another go, give it another go.
What? I'm just gonna ditch that accent and just go like,
Rest in peace.
fascinating. I didn't know they'd make automatons that speak. This is brand new. I wonder what sort of magic that's going on. Oh, no magic's going on here. But this is so fast. How did you do this? I'm not seeing any voice. And doing those little mutterings like,
I ain't magic. I'm one of those automaton thingies. I thought you could see. Hey, am I right, everybody? Am I right, Bill?
And that's where he's kind of looking around for whatever
How
device
do you
is.
know my name?
You told me your name. Remember, we're buddies.
Yo, this thing knows everyone's name.
Meanwhile, the other scientist, who is like tall, thin as a rake, and is a Frankenaley toon, but again, the most real kind looking toon that you have met. It's like so beautifully drawn and shaded that again, if he was just at a glance, you'd think he was human. And he kind of just comes up next to the other side, just goes, sir, yes, there's like, tidbit, have you seen like this, if listen to it, you know, whether like the sounds are coming from, sir, it's, and like, he's just kind of gesturing over towards Tsugi. And when...
Hey, who does this guy think he is? Everybody should be paying attention to me. I'm learning stuff from my good friend Biff, like where to put my feet and stuff. Hey.
I gotta ask, while this is going on, Foam, Frankie, are you up to anything?
Honestly, I just got swept away in like the rich tapestry of shenanigans that these two were weaving. I haven't been thinking about that.
So Frankie is mesmerized. Got it.
God, Foam was like looking at plaques of the other automatons to see if she knows what a robbit is, sort of.
A robbit. That's the sound that frogs make.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why she knows it.
So you've met an artificer or two. You know what's going on.
They come through the forest. When they did come through the forest, she's seen those kind of constructions. So she's trying to read, what strange individual has made something like this? And then she hears the talking robot, and I want to see if she knows if this is fake or not. Because she can go away.
Please.
Would this just be wisdom?
Like,
do we all have to? Should we? Can I do an in check to see if Frankie knows it or not?
I'll tell you what, you guys can do, like, it is up to you whether you want to do, like, investigation or perception for this. It's like investigation if you are specifically looking at the automaton, perception if you may potentially notice the guy standing off in the corner making the voices.
Or here, where it's
cut
actually coming from, I guess.
Yeah. How good is your throwing? 18.
Yeah, no, you spot Tsugi.
Cool. She's gonna head straight to Tsugi then. just amble over.
Oh, 18. No, I noticed Frankie knows this as well, even with a...
No,
No, you
forgot
didn't, because you didn't
didn't
actually
roll the-
roll a dice. You just typed in 20.
Fuck.
No,
that's so mean.
Great. You gotta roll it though. I'm afraid.
14!
That's
14.
good. That's fine.
All
Still
right.
not bad.
With the stealth roll that Tsugi got, you do not notice Tsugi. However, I will say that that's high enough that you can notice the sound isn't actually coming from the automaton itself.
Oh, okay. No, that is fair enough. Yeah, Frankie's gonna maybe tap Biff on the upper arm, like reaching up as far, because they can't quite reach Biff's shoulder, and just like, excuse me, darling. I don't think that it's maybe the statue is speaking. I think somebody might be having a little bit of a joke on you, maybe. I'm terribly sorry, but
No, he just told me.
I'm sorry?
No, he just told me he was talking to me. He knows my name. Isn't
Well,
that neat?
Yeah, I know Biff's name over here. Look at me. I'm knocking my marrow, everybody.
There's no speaking tube or anything that I could find. Oh, I didn't prepare detect magic today, but and we'll just sort of carry on like that, attempting to persuade Biff that there is that this is not a talking statue, but
Or an actor.
Well, obviously it is.
no,
No,
that's-
it's not a statue. It's a guy.
it's a guy.
Yeah.
It's a statue of a guy, yes.
Hey, buddy, can you tell the... Come down here. He's like trying to get him to turn.
Like, you kind of get a hint, like, I will say, you get kind of this motion where, like, the archer is kind of half turning to put one of his arrow back in the thing, and then pull it out again.
Oh, good.
So it kind of looks like it's turning towards you for a moment.
You didn't have to do
Can
that.
you
Yes, I
tell-
did.
Can you tell my friend here that you're a professional? You're here with us. Would you
Excuse me,
enact
I
it?
am the most professional. Do you not see me doing my job?
Okay,
Is
then
it
now
against the
okay,
law
now
to
can
talk
I roll
when you're doing your
investigation?
job?
As soon as she saw it turning toward, or as soon as she saw it turning toward her, by the way, she stopped looking.
Yeah.
Good.
Or-
She turned back away. Like,
While this is going on, Miss Foam, you know what's going on.
Yeah, Miss Foam was heading towards the Tsugi, seeing the source of this situation, and she is now she hasn't tapped him, she has just stopped besides him, and she is just looking up, seeing if he notices.
Okay, let me roll perception. I was gonna say something, but I actually do have to notice. That is fair.
Especially as you are rather distracted at the moment.
Frick!
Dead.
You do
That's
not.
so
Oh,
funny.
man, it's something so funny, but I can't because I don't notice.
That's a 7.
I mean, I will say she wasn't like stealthing, but like, yeah, that's a 7, buddy.
Like,
Yeah, if
You're
you
having
look
too
at
much
that, I
fun.
would have made an argument, but it's a 7.
you're having too much fun at Biff's expense.
At everyone's expense at this point. They're all circled around the thing.
again, you've got about 40 of people kind of elbowing themselves, like peering over each other to try and get a look at this thing. All the other automatons in the lobby have gone completely ignored by this point.
Oh my god. She's
So
gonna
Kai,
look-
we've walked into the museum.
Can I just say,
And we
this is why I
stopped.
only planned like a page worth of notes, because I knew this would happen. Not this, but this.
The player is sorry. Unfortunately, the character is not.
It's not.
Oh, dear.
Miss Foam is looking up at this charlatan, and she just goes, "Having fun."
At this point, you would have definitely noticed, yeah.
So the automaton sort of goes, and for a second, Tsugi goes, and then he like glances down at Miss Foam, and for a couple seconds, the automaton goes silent. Clearly, Frankie has insulted it.
Come on! You made him sad.
I can't have made it sad. It doesn't have any feelings exactly.
Well, you look like he's pretty sad to me. Stop talking.
See, what we have here is a
Alright,
classic
buddy,
case of
okay.
projection onto an inanimate object.
Don't even listen to her, buddy. All right, you and me, we got this. I really respect your craft. You know what I mean. You got the, you got the arrows. You got the moving around. You're real good at it.
Okay, so
Just because some people can't respect, a master at work.
So while the crowd is temporarily distracted thinking that the automaton is sad, Tsugi slowly lowers himself down and goes, yeah, I kind of am having a lot of fun. I haven't had a lot of fun in a while because of my tragic backstory. You want to just leave me be, ayo?
Oh, a tragic backstory. I love those. I would, if you would care the time, I can be your Lizz.
Oh, no. You gotta be level 17 friend before you get to the tragic backstory. You really gotta be level 3 friend before I even actually consider you a friend. It's sort of a whole thing. I have a metric system for it all. I don't know you. And I'm kind of having fun over here, so you want to just bugger off? Make a tree and a leaf?
No.
I think with that, the next set of double doors fucking well open. And we move on.
I love how you tried to introduce the scientist characters to introduce maybe a little bit of stability in here, but no.
No, it's again, they weren't even meant to speak until you guys sat down, so it's actually, we're ahead of schedule.
Great.
You do get the short one going, well, it was very nice to meet you. And then you guys, the crowds start heading towards these open doors after Lockie has opened it, and they're just like, all right, folks, dinner time. And everyone starts filtering in. Lockie is standing there just double checking invitations and kind of pointing towards a little symbol at the bottom of invitations, going, oh, yep, you're over there. Oh, yes, you're over at that table.
Some of the invitations are crumpled up.
Yeah, a little bit crumpled. It's okay, just kind of flattens them a little bit. It's no problem. Again, they're used to working with you. So yeah, going through, double checking, pointing people towards these various tables. There's there's 10 tables in the room. Each table seats 6. So there's gotta be a couple of empty spots. But Foam, Frankie, and Tsugi, you guys all actually have the same symbol on your invitations, so you actually get pointed towards a certain, one of the tables, kind of middle back, and the symbol that you guys have is a circle with a dot in the middle, or specifically like that.
That's an alchemical one, right?
You'll find out.
I mean, I know this. Sorry, no, go on.
Yeah. So you have your circle with a dot in the middle. You guys get chivied towards your table, along with the 2 scientists, so it'll be you 3 plus the 2 scientists, and then an empty seat there for now. Each table has a sign, has that symbol hanging above it on a long wire from this very tall ceiling in the middle. But yeah, everyone. Oh wait, Lizz is frozen. Lizz, we have lost Lizz. Hello, are you back?
I am back. Sorry.
Hooray!
Excellent.
No problem. Yeah, so each table has the symbols, 6 people at each table, 10 tables total, bunch of empty spaces where people obviously didn't bother following this invite to the middle of fucking nowhere. Free dinner wasn't quite enough to tempt them. But yeah, it's a fancy dinner table. Once everyone has actually sitting down, Biff, you've kind of, Lockie's just gestured towards you, told you to, all right, you reckon you can guard this door and stay? Because I keep everything going, make sure no one, we're told, everyone's got to stay here for dinner, no letting anyone out halfway through. You got it?
All right, you got it, buddy.
All right. And with that, Lockie kind of sidles off, has a look at, the table with the other 3 and the scientists on, and just kind of goes they didn't say anything about, the job description didn't say anything about not joining in for dinner, and, there's plenty of free seats. And
yes.
Yeah, and sidles up and steals
Biff
the
at this point has moved in front of the doors. Presumably they're closed again.
Yeah, the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She stands there with her arms crossed, looking maybe more aggressive than she has to, given the type of party this is. But
Yeah. Again, this place is swanky as fuck. like this whole place is decorated in beautiful deep blues and rich greens with like streaks of bright gold through everything and adding decoration, and as these tables circle around the place, and there is like another big automaton, this one not behind like a glass display case or anything, but on a little pedestal held up of everyone, as she is huge. But yeah, you guys get to sit down, and it is time for dinner to be served, which means I'm going to keep talking for a little bit, and you'll just have to listen.
Yay!
Leave us a tapestry with your words.
I shall. And once again, gently thank you for this, because it meant I didn't have to write shit up. All right. As you guys actually, like, sit down, a bunch of automatons start kind of coming out of this little secret doorway hidden behind a curtain, and they start zooming around the room. Each of them is carrying several plates of food, heads over to a table and just go down to everyone. They don't seem to have any legs, and they're not moving about on wheels as such, but they do have like this one very long stick reaching all the way up to the ceilings that's kind of connected to various strings and wires and paths up there. So as they're kind of halfway being yanked around the room, they lay out their meals, and it is some of the most delicious food that you guys have ever smelled. I'm not going to tell you what the food is, because I'm fairly sure that everyone will have different tastes, but you all get the same meal, and it is very fucking delicious.
Can Biff grab a plate off of one of them as it zooms by?
Absolutely, yes. I'm gonna say like someone at their seat is like doesn't get any food, as because the waiter like tried to like hand a plate that wasn't there, but there was another empty seat next to them, so they kind of just like shuffle over. So, Biff, you get your meal too.
Excellent.
The one thing I will say about these guys is while it is extremely efficient service, they're more than a little bit creepy because they don't really have any faces. They just have this blank mask-like head with no eyes, no nose. But then they have this etched-on big smile, like closed-lip smile at the very bottom of their face, just kind of as they go around, happy to serve.
Oh, good.
So, a little bit creepy. If anyone wants to have like a closer look around of this place, you are welcome to roll perception. But otherwise, it's dinner time. Dig in. Do any other little conversations you like.
That was perception,
like to
right?
Scrutinize the crowd.
Yeah.
Perception.
Oh yes, Jay gloating over that 17.
Oh, 7.
21. All right. And Foam, were you going to be looking around too?
Yes, but she was specifically going to look for like the head of this museum, if there is any, or like would insight also work?
Or
just perception.
I reckon, seeing as you are looking for a specific person, you can do investigation. If you prefer that over perception.
Well, I don't, but I can do it because I love this.
Fair enough. For now, I will deal with those other numbers. Biff, you're kind of just looking around and everyone seems to be enjoying their meals. With a 7, you don't really get more than that. No one's
are they coming near the door?
Nope. Everyone's sitting
That's
down.
not my problem.
Digging in. All good. No one seems to be making any escapes, so you're all good.
I love Biff and I love their commitment. Also, Kai, escape? That's really worrying.
I'm talking about it in the way that Biff would be treating it.
I know. It's just funny to tease.
All right, we'll go to that 17 next on perception from Frankie. Yeah, you were having a look around, and while when you first entered, as I said, it was just kind of beautiful deep blues and greens and streaks of gold, you actually notice that some of those blues and greens are moving. Oh, look, there's more automatons, or potentially living creatures. You're not entirely sure with some of them. These ones are certainly moving a lot nicer, although again their movements seem to be a bit repetitive. But they are peacocks. Every so often one of them kind of spreads their fancily gold decorated fans and goes, "Rah, rah." Don't ask me how I know what peacocks sound like.
I mean, that is what they sound like, right?
That's what they sound like.
Peacocks scream, guys. It's real. We have peacocks that are like several blocks away from our house. They scream.
They're so fucking noisy, aren't they? They just, like, if you come, like, within 3 blocks of a fucking peacock, you will know it's there. But yeah, these peacocks in the background just kind of, they are thankfully not that loud, because guess what? They're more automatons, and they're not going to disturb you guys at dinner. So, they're kind of like pecking...
Disturb you guys at dinner. Dun dun!
Dun, dun,
Sorry.
dun. Listen, I've been taking notice of the way that they only activate when you come close to them, so...
But Frankie hasn't noticed that.
No, I'll find a way to make it work.
Stop metagaming.
I'm going to protect my 17 hit points, Kai.
Stop metagaming. So yeah, you've got
God,
some...
can you imagine only having 17 hit points?
Shut up!
This coach is made
Yes.
this gang.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got these peacocks around. You have a you have a look, and there's again beautiful decorations around the whole place. Swank as fuck. You have like these other, there's automatons on the other side. Alright, I think that's all the ones I covered for that 17. Now moving on to that 21. I'm guessing you're not too tempted. I mean, like, while food is very good, you're not paying complete attention to it. So with that 21, you notice the peacocks. You also notice that some of the paneling on the walls isn't just abstract designs. There seem to be various symbols carved into it, like triangles with lines, circles with dots, like circles with lines stuck next to them, these weird little interlocking timepiece type looking things. A lot of strange designs on the outside, and like they seem vaguely familiar to you, maybe, but you don't really know what's going on unless you want to roll me a really high history check.
He'll try. He is curious.
Okay.
But he's not like invested in the answer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know if you have it, so I would... Oh,
Alright, so with that really high history check you just managed to roll,
yeah.
Sorry, guys. I have a +1, but I rolled an 18.
Hell yeah.
okay, with that 19, like, it takes a second for it to kind of kick in, and then you just, oh, yep, you know these, because a bunch of them, it first clicks when you see a bunch of them, and they're astrological symbols, like, they're the, like, when you're doing astrology and stuff, you've got like stuff for like there's Gemini, there's Capricorn. Oh, isn't that one meant to be what was the one again? And you're kind of thinking through those, but you have a bunch of other symbols which don't match that. And oh wait, aren't those like other planets? Isn't this one here the sun? And you look at like the own little symbol above your table, and you go, oh wait, the circle with the dot in it, that represents the sun. So yeah, you get to look at the panels on the walls, and you are noticing a bunch of various astrological and similar signs decorating the entire room. And with that, we will finally move on to the 15 investigation for Miss Foam. With that 15, I will say that is a good roll. You know, you do a pretty good look around this place. You've kind of had a double check of everyone, and no one really seems like they know what they're doing here. There are a couple of people that seem comfortable, but everyone's kind of looking around in awe at the beauty of this place. No one really looks like they belong here. No one looks like they're the one directing this place. It's just a bunch of guests.
To hate that, she will eat her muffin. And she will stare, not daggers, but she will glance at the very big statue of the lady.
It doesn't move just yet. You guys are still enjoying dinner.
Yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she has taken her seat next to Tsugi because you Mark.
What?
She has taken.
We're having so much fun, you guys. I will mention that Tsugi is just looking around, eating dinner. They don't care that this green creature, as of yet unnamed, because they haven't cared to pay attention for any time that they've introduced themselves, is glaring daggers at them. They don't care.
I mean, I will say that since that we're all now barring Biff sitting at the same table, Frankie will have sort of just introduced themselves to the group and sort of like tried to go around the circle and get everybody's names and made a point of like knowing everybody's names and who is there, and then launched into a chatter about the speaking, quote unquote, speaking automaton in the hallway, and how clearly somebody was making fun of the security guard who was having a conversation with it, and how that was just such a dreadful thing to do.
Oh, no, it wasn't making fun of it. You shouldn't make fun of the person. It was like that, like, this is, wait, no, that's not the voice for fucking this guy. All right. The shorter of the scientists, the bold human one, goes like, oh, no, it was like an amazing automaton. I don't know what things were actually making it speak or anything, but it must have had some sort of, it wasn't speaking tubes as such, but you've got these sort of things where if you have like, you know those things you used to blow at the fire, use that and a bunch of little strange shaped pipes, you can make a lot of different sounds, you know. And then you've got the scientist next to him going, sir, this is not how it works. Like hands on his head, just
So like, wouldn't the simpler explanation be that somebody was simply having a joke at our large friend's expense?
Well, we can't dismiss that as a possibility, but at the same time, if this is an automaton museum, then why not celebrate automatons?
Well, I suppose you do have a point, and Frankie is not convinced because, you know, she knows that she is right because of the role that she got. But she is not particularly trying to look for a confrontation with somebody who speaks a lot and is also wearing a lab coat and therefore knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, oh fuck, I forgot what she was gonna say. What did he say that like is a possibility?
Or that somebody was like pretending and making fun of the security guard, and how, you know, that's just a dreadful thing to do. I don't understand why anybody would do that.
The taller guy is just staring at Tsugi.
Yeah. Well, it's not a mystery. We know the answer right here, don't we, friend? And she's just staring straight at Tsugi.
Correct.
Everyone's
Tsugi.
Looking at Tsugi now.
The only guy that is not staring at Tsugi is Loki, who has gotten up and gone to one of the other empty places at a different table, got that bit of food, and then come back to sit down there as well and just digging into his second plate.
Good.
I like Loki.
Dang it! Okay, that was a deception roll. That was a 7. So Tsugi goes, and then proceeds to eat.
You just watch as the shorter scientist's face kind of just like wait a second, click, and just falls and just like seems so heartbroken about it.
Oh.
Here's the sad thing. I, as a player, care so freaking much. Tsugi does not. Tsugi does not care. They had their fun. Okay, the bit's over. Now they're done. They're eating. Meanwhile, I, the player, feel terrible.
Don't worry. Miss Fun, we will continue looking at this boy and say, my ravenous friend, isn't there something you'd like to say to this poor man over here?
So what do you study?
Well, kind of just takes a second and is kind of just like poking at his food with his fork and not really eating it for a second. And then you ask that, and this is like, oh, absolutely lines up. I was like, well, you see, we've got we're like, well, obviously you've heard of science. Everyone, like, science is kind of here or there. A lot of people into it, a lot of people not so much. And obviously you know about magic. Now, what I do is basically study the intersection between magic and science. So I'm a Psi-Arcanist, and like, so is my friend here, Dr. Weird, and it's like, together we are working on like teleportation, transmutation, we're looking at like, all sorts of weird, and it's like goes on to this massive rant. Please roll Arcana to see how much you actually understand, because he's just going to keep going.
Can we all do this?
Yes. Because he's gonna fall into some very scientific turns very quickly, just because he's getting carried away about the thing that he really likes talking about.
One thing I will mention, Tsugi is looking very smugly at Foam because he solved the situation, but not in the way that Foam wanted him to.
Okay, with that 2 and that 8, Foam and Tsugi, you guys are just looking at this thing, and the point of everything is going just whoosh right over your heads. You have no idea what the fuck this guy is talking about.
Oh, Tsugi's not even trying.
Biff,
He knows some of the words. It's the only reason he got a higher answer than Foam, because he was paying attention.
I will say, Biff, you are actually standing close enough to this table to listen into conversation if you want. So you are welcome.
You want Biff to make an Arcana roll?
If you want, this is up to you.
An intelligence roll?
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Please do. I think it would be extremely funny.
It's important.
This would be great, please. A 12! Well, you understand more than Tsugi. So with a 12, we'll do, the 12 and for Biff and a 14 for Frankie. You guys understand some of it. You recognize things like teleportation. You understand, you understand, runes. Like, those are those little cool squiggly things. Like, runes and sigils, that's what they are, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of getting bits and pieces of it, and this guy is talking about how, like, engineering needs magic to make it work sometimes, so you can make bigger buildings, and, like, transportation, and all that sort of fun stuff. You don't understand exactly what this guy does, but he obviously does a lot of stuff. As he just goes into this massive rant and his food slowly goes cold while he's talking at you.
Frankie uses the 14 and the words that she can understand from being a level 3 wizard to ask questions that are, if not strictly intelligent, but wrong enough that the person who's listening and who quite knows what they're talking about cannot resist correcting them and going off on a new tangent. And Frankie genuinely enjoys this and does not feel talked down to, because they are genuinely interested in this conversation.
This guy is obviously a very high level wizard. Like, there's a lot of
Just
stuff
what
going
happens
on.
to you as you become a more high level wizard. You just sort of like tend to go off and you become less and less understandable to those around you.
Yeah, pretty much. He does eventually
Tell me about it.
he does eventually introduce himself as Dr. Jeremy Boffin, and his associate is associate and assistant Dr. Tidbit Weird. I will type those out so that people know what they are.
Tidbit Weird.
Yeah.
Tidbit Weird is my favourite name that Kai has ever come up with.
I can't actually remember who said it, but it got mentioned at some point during a chat, and I was like, yes, I need to take that as a C name now. Yes.
Don't mind if I do.
I cannot stop imagining them as Bunsen and Beaker. I'm very sorry.
I mean, in terms of their shapes, that's basically what they are. They are not Muppets, though, and
No,
also,
I know. You just
and
like
Jeremy has hair.
we've got a real kind and a Frankie Naily too, and I know this, but also in my brain they're just Muppets.
No. Valid. Acceptable. But yeah, that's this whole conversation. Anyone else want to do anything or kind of butt in here?
I also just, the only thing I wanted to vaguely add is that Frankie is not particularly freaked out by the creepy smiling robots as far as she is concerned. Smiles are good things. And you cannot make a good thing a bad thing. So not creeped out by this at all.
Honey, you got a big storm coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tsugi is literally just ignoring their food and casting smug looks over to Foam anytime because they have no regrets.
You can't keep getting away with it.
If Tsugi keeps on looking at Foam, she goes from taking the food from the plate into her hole, the hole in her body. And instead, her eyes disappear, and like gum and teeth just stretch out and start
Nice.
eating from the plate, and then just retract back in.
Dang it! Another deception roll completely failed. Tsugi tries to play it off cool. He utterly fails.
With a 4!
That is I think a 4 deserves a
Yes.
He's coughing on his own food.
Can I just say, when it comes to Miss Foam, I'm getting very much fucking Double King vibes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's so good.
Good.
Like, Felix Cosgrave vibes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a
Classic.
touchstone.
God.
Thank you for gracing us with that image, Liz.
Okay.
So Tsugi is now choking.
Oh no.
Let him choke.
Surprise.
No.
Anyone know the Heimlich
can-
maneuver?
Can Biff just smack him on the back?
Yep.
Make an unarmed attack against Tsugi.
It is up
Yeah,
to you
okay.
whether you want to do a medicine roll or an unarmed attack.
Oh no, you
Well-
have to do an unarmed attack. You
The
think that
medicine
Biff
roll
knows
would be the
medicine?
smart one to do, so I'm gonna make an attack roll. 20.
Roll damage?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
think is it just my strength or is it 1? Because I'm not I don't have.
If you're not proficient, I think technically unarmed attacks aren't they like 1 plus your strength or something?
I have no idea.
Somebody who
It's
knows
not
D&D
strength.
help.
Yes, because
Somebody who actually knows how D&D works.
it is 1 plus your strength. I'm just making that educated guess right now because
I've got to double
other
check,
feats.
but at the same time,
On a
it's
hit,
like,
an
makes
unarmed
sense.
strike deals bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus your strength modifier.
Okay, I was right. Hell yeah.
Take
Hell
4
yeah.
damage.
So
Knock
4
it down.
damage?
Yeah. It's
1,
got a plus
2,
3.
3, 4. I should not have done this, and yet I have. Tsugi spits out his food and
Great.
breathing normally.
Hey, okay, careful there, buddy.
Yep, buddy, you got it.
And thus justice is restored to the universe.
Yep.
Revenge.
I get like in a cosmic sense, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karma. It works.
Biff has not taken any specific revenge. She does not know what the fuck happened.
Well, Biff didn't know that she was wronged in the first place.
Exactly. But like in a
Like I
cosmic
said,
sense,
karma.
Yeah, works
This
great.
is karma.
All right.
yeah. Sure.
I think
Wait, can I
You go, you
can I
go.
have in a less mean fashion, Miss Foam will ask Dr. Tidbit, who's she holds a brain cell and she can recognize that.
Brain cell to brain cell communication.
She'll ask, do you know who runs this fantastic place?
well, I can't say I really have any clue. Just the invite showed up and we came here. Gotta say, did do a little bit of research myself. There's this guy named Dr. Elias Rook, except no one has seen him or heard from him in upwards of a century. This whole place just he vanished and the whole place closed down, and now it's open again.
The dead rising is very troubling to hear, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, was there anything else that anyone wanted to do or say as this is going on?
Nope.
Nope.
That's it. I'm eating.
Hey Tsugi, did you see that guy up on the pedestal outside?
God.
I've heard everybody talking about that guy on the pedestal. I was so enchanted by all the other ones, I didn't notice when the crowd left me. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Oh dang! I think you would have liked him.
I probably would have. I've heard such great things about him, right, Miss Foam?
All right. As
She was drinking tea.
as these pointed remarks
Yep,
going
go ahead.
on, everyone has more or less finished off their dinner now. It has been like it's been like 20 minutes, close to half an hour at this point. So there's been plenty of time for like chattering, and food and all of that. And the lights dim. And as this happens, a spotlight pops on and highlighting the giant automaton that was taking up the center of the room. And I said before, like, she was a lady. She is specifically cloaked in a deep blue, deep blue edged with white robes, with like held completely covering her head in shadow as the spotlight shines down upon her. But you can hear the whole click, 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 click. And she raises up 2 cracked porcelain hands and gestures towards the room, commanding everyone's attention as the orator speaks. Welcome, one and all, to this grandest of nights, our museum reopened, renewed. We hope they've enjoyed these spectacular sights, though they were but a simple prelude. The true entertainment is still yet to come, a challenge for all in this room. There's puzzles to solve and treasure to be won. Change your fate, win this game, or be doomed. And all lights cut out, and you have about a split second of darkness before the floor falls out from underneath you, and all 7 of you go plummeting down a huge shaft. And I'm gonna need everyone to make quick Constitution saving throws.
Oh, sure.
Everyone cackling like, yes, we're playing D&D now, baby.
We're playing Dungeons
17.
and Dragons.
She was pretty.
Oh no!
Tidbit's cool.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, people are going alright.
Oh dear, Liz.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
Listen, I have a reason why she didn't handle this so well.
How is Boffin the one that's got the highest so far?
He just bounces.
How is the human the one that has got the highest so far? He bounces.
Just another
He
day.
landed on top of the pile. Obviously, he landed on top of a bunch of tunes.
Soft landing.
Okay, Lockie has not done so well. All right, so
Oh, no, they wouldn't.
no, Foam and Lockie are actually gonna take d6 damage. So you're gonna take 6 damage.
Yes.
Oh,
Go. We played the game.
And for the sake of me not having to do too many character voices, I know that Boffin got a really high roll there. I don't want to have to do his voice because he will just keep talking, and also he's too smart and will make things too easy for you. So guess what? He survives the fall just fine, and now, because the tables didn't get cleared before you fall, all your tables just kind of went down with you, and I'm saying Biff because you had come to actually rescue Tsugi
Yeah.
before. You also managed to fall down this hole. So while you kind of teetering down a moment afterwards, you come crashing on top of the table. And Boffin had been kind of leaning forward a bit, so you kind of land on top of Boffin.
Speed Boffin.
Rip.
And you just hear this thunk crunch as Boffin's head hits the table, and the table then fucking breaks thanks to the weight of Biff.
Oh,
So
no, real kind of full of bones.
yeah, Boffin's
Hey, buddy. Hey, are you?
yeah, Boffin is now unconscious.
I think he's taking a nap.
Sir. One moment. And Tidbit quickly leans over, puts his ear on like Boffin's back and everything, and just go like, oh wait,
Presumably, he has indicated for Biff to move off.
yeah, like
On top
just
of it.
like just the whole like hand flappy gestury sort of thing to kind of
Yep.
brush you off. Just like
Biff hadn't moved off yet.
I need to check his. Oh, okay, no, there's a heartbeat. It's okay. He will wake up eventually. Oh God, this didn't bring any healing. Anyway, what the fuck?
How are you doing that with your mouth?
Real time can do the swear thing.
Well, no, Tidbit isn't real kind. Tidbit's Frankenelli. On the
Oh,
other,
I have no idea.
on the other hand,
Bro,
he does know
this
Grawlix.
guy's a bad influence.
He does know Grawlix, so
No, I think it's
I do-
funny. I think it's funny if he just knows how to say fuck. Like
Yeah,
he's attuned
I
with
really
fuck
do.
privileges.
Yeah, okay, he just says fuck.
I'm banking on his pal is real kind, so he learned how to do it from him.
Yeah,
Quite
quite
like
likely.
to do a swear.
Oh, no, because Boffin's one of those people that he's not allowed, it is, like, illegal for him to swear. It's not allowed.
Someone else in the lab then.
Exactly.
The privileges got moved from Boffin to Weird,
Yeah,
obviously.
He
Perfect.
took the privileges.
Swearing privileges,
He
duh.
took my fucking privileges.
Kai drops us in a big hole, all of us. So, how can the tune say fuck?
Anyway, y'all are at the bottom of a fucking hole.
Yeah,
Like how dark it, like you said, like it was like pitch dark or what?
It was, yeah, no, it's, you guys, like, now that you guys kind of get a little moment to adjust, because it was pitch dark before, after you had just been staring at this lady lit up with a bright spotlight, your eyes kind of adjust, and it is dark, but you can see, like, very dim shapes and generally where people are, but you can't really see much more without that. So, if you guys want to have a look around, you're going to have to roll your perception, but with disadvantage.
Hey, Lucky.
Like, yeah, Biff? Still here.
Oh, great. You got like a pillow or something on you? This guy's taking a nap.
Yeah, let's rummage around in hammer space. Yep, pulls out a pillow. Just
Oh,
kind of,
good. Thanks.
yeah, tosses at you.
I put it under the guy's head.
So it's
Good
like,
night.
yeah, Weird kind of gives you a grateful nod.
Weird will remember this.
Does
Nap.
better be getting paid
So-
extra for this.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Does anybody have a torch or any kind of
Uh,
light?
so
or...
Tsugi pulls out a tinderbox, and then they pull out a snake. It's an incredibly fat snake. It's not like one of those thin little garter snakes. This thing has like an adorable head, chonkus body, tiny little rattle, and you hear sort of and he's like, "No, go not now," and he puts them back in.
Real.
And then pulls out a torch. So he had both a tinderbox and a torch, because Tsugi is prepared, baby.
Glad that
Yeah.
at least someone is.
And then there was light.
Yeah.
That was God there. I was quoting God.
Excellent. Good.
Oh, I can't. Frankie would like to cast Control Flame on the torch and double the amount of light that it casts.
Cool.
Ooh.
Like the torch.
Dangerous.
The
I
torch
like it.
flares up. It's now a lot easier to see around, so you guys can roll perception, and you will not have disadvantage.
We know how to D&D. I say,
Yeah.
rolling with -2 to perception. Oh, that's a 2.
I rolled a 2.
Just FYI, Miss Foam is fixing her broken mushroom because she landed on her head.
Oh,
But it's like it's the same movement as like putting something back in place. So it hasn't broken, but it did like bend.
oh, like adjusting a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Biff
But
gets
with more
that.
snapping sound. And
Well,
two, she's gonna
Sure are some fucking rolls.
don't worry about it. Two, she's using guidance, so she's gonna have an extra +4, like 1d4 for this
Probably
roll.
for the best. I think you guys fucking need it at the moment, considering that was a 2
Yeah.
from Biff and an 8 from Tsugi.
It's fine.
Listen, Tsugi did his part. Got out the torch.
Hello?
Biff is adjusting her hat.
Hello, what is that roll?
Well, it was a 10 act. Well, okay, I will say the 2, Big Biff, you see fuck all. Tsugi,
Yeah.
you also see pretty much fuck all, but you do notice, oh hey, there's a door in the corner.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Hey, you don't know nothing. Don't talk.
Foam, you notice the door in the corner. You also notice it doesn't have a door handle.
Okay.
Finally, with that 14, Frankie, you notice that there are 4 indentations in the door there. And they seem to have like little signs scribbled above them, but you haven't had a closer look yet, so I can't say that. And seeing as I should actually make these other 2 fucking roll because they are alive.
Because they are alive.
They did not die.
Alright, thankfully, Tidbit has noticed something. And I will say, does Lockie notice anything?
Lockie's pretty good at looking around.
Yeah, Lockie's got a plus. Is that a... Oh yeah, but a fucking +4.
There was some good bullshit that they had.
Okay, so
for like investigation and shit.
Yeah. Alright, so that's an 18 from both Tidbit and Lockie, so aka they're the ones that actually get a fucking look around. They notice the door, they notice the lack of door handle, they notice the indentations on the door. They also notice that, like, you guys have fallen straight down, and when you kind of when they look up, they, like, there's no kind of ceiling above them, and so, like, Lockie's kind of looking up and just going, like, well, that's fun, and I think Tidbit is also going to notice another thing, and he's going to go walk over to, like, opposite where the door is, and is going to go investigate the wall.
I thought that was up. To Lockie.
Was up,
Lockie.
Biff, darling, when I say that's fun, I'm being sarcastic, and I'm saying that we're locked in here.
Oh no.
Biff,
But that is up
come
though,
over
right?
here. Biff, it's
Yes,
important.
it's
I
up.
need you to come over here. Biff, I think there's some up dog down here.
Where?
Right here. You gotta look. Look, there's some up dog.
All right, hold on. Where's Sugi pointing?
Tsugi's pointing at the ground. He is generally being unhelpful in the pointing.
Biff is going to press
So-
the ground where Sugi is pointing.
Oh no, you missed him. Look, you gotta pay attention. You gotta know what up dog is.
Where'd it go?
Tsugi, darling, please come over here and be useful. Please come and hold your torch over here, please.
You are gonna have to roll persuasion. Tsugi has ruined his joke, but he's not afraid to take everybody down with him.
What's persuasion? There we go.
You've got a +4, so that's actually going to be fun.
6!
Oh my god.
I have a +4 to that.
6!
Oh god, this game.
Oh, I'm so excited already. Hey, you
Biff
guys,
is
just
now
to be
on high
clear,
alert for
Snail,
any
the
upload
player
that
loves
she may
you.
need to get. Sorry, go ahead.
Just to be clear, Snail, the player loves you, even as Tsugi is bastard.
No, that's
very
entirely
good.
fine.
I will say, Miss Foam with that 14, yes, you do know what updog is.
Good. Fantastic. Disappointed once again, but what's new?
Frankie is now in a bickering argument with Tsugi, trying to get
Oh,
the torch
yeah,
off
totally.
him. It's not working, but they're going to keep trying.
Again, high alert.
I'm just going to say,
Where's the up dog?
You just missed it, buddy. You keep trying, all right? You gotta locate it, and you gotta tell me what it is. Fuck!
Stop tormenting the poor woman!
All right, can I take a look around for up dog?
yeah, roll me investigation.
Yeah, all right.
I will say, while this is going on in the background, Tidbit
4.
has pulled out a notebook and has started sketching something. Alright, so, with a 4, you can't find any updog for the life of you. Like, you know that you're looking, but
It
you know
was
you're
right
not
there.
looking very well, but...
It was right there.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Weird!
no.
Dr. Weird, please come and talk some sense into them.
Tidbit just kind of looks at you and just kind of like, does it look like any of these people have any sense? Just kind of like shrugging at you like, I'm in the wrong genre.
Help me! Help me!
There's no help here. Only gags that Tsugi keeps on accidentally answering himself for.
Oh, God.
Biff has reached into her hammer space and pulled out a few coins and hands them to to the good doctor here. Here's some sense.
Okay, yeah, no, you get a very audible facepalm for that.
Inspiration point,
please.
Inspiration point.
Inspiration point.
Yeah,
that
no.
was so good. Please.
That fucking deserves an inspiration point. Yes.
Thank you.
I think this is like the doctor kind of just stares at the coins for example. It doesn't really know like, am I meant to keep this or do you want it back?
No, it's for you.
Because
you needed some sense.
I thank you, I think, and he does pocket it.
Yeah, no problem. And she goes back to kind of scanning the walls. Maybe she's trying to find the ceiling. I don't know. Looking for Updog.
Okay. Frankie is going to go over and ask Dr. Weird what they have been investigating, because Tsugi appears to no longer be actively tormenting Biff and is just being neutrally unhelpful.
Okay, yeah, so Dr. Weird kind of looks over and goes, like, after putting the coins away, just going, what was that? Pulls the pencil back from behind his ear and just kind of, like, gestures with one end at, like, some carvings on the wall. And you notice that he's done, like, a very neat sketch in his notebook here. Just like, these symbols are very familiar, and I'm just... Well, they said there was a challenge in puzzles, so if there's a clue, gonna keep note of any clue. And let me get you what he has drawn in his fucking notebook as soon as I figure out what folder I put everything in. Yay!
Woohoo! Mood though.
So, strange little symbols. So, I don't know how to describe these symbols. I will just put a link to it in the description for anyone that wasn't here to look at it.
You got two kind of anchor guys. You got a fast triangle. Oh no, you got three anchor guys. You got one fast triangle, and you have VR headset.
Okay, hang on. One thing I must correct. You've got 3 sideways mermaid females, because it is the female symbol. It's not a dude.
Yeah, it's
be clear here.
It's the female symbol with the base of it pointed to the right, and then on the left-hand side of it, it's kind of like a backwards 3 kind of stuck to the top. There
Mermaid
is
tail.
a downwards pointing triangle that seems to have 2 little lines going off it on the right-hand side.
Fast.
Yeah, fast triangle.
2 lines.
And then at the bottom, it kind of looks like VR if the letters were mashed together, and then the top of the V was filled in for a triangle.
It's a triangle. It's the letter R hiding behind a triangle. The triangle on the top was rushing to the rescue of this R. This description is not helpful. Please, somebody interrupt
right.
me.
This R asks for no pickles.
This R asks for no pickle.
Okay, so yeah, Dr. Weird's got that written down in his notebook, and yeah, it's just kind of like, well, yeah, if there's some puzzles going on, may as well note this down here. And do you guys want to does anyone want to take a look at the door and the weird alcoves?
I would like to. I would
There's
like
a door?
No, there's an updog. You gotta find it.
There's an Updog and an up door?
Hey, Tsugi, you know how I said something before about, like, I would do a total party kill minus Miss Foam, and it's just sad that Tsugi was going to be collateral damage? I'm now starting to aim the damage at Tsugi.
Tsugi is now the instigator.
Yes.
I was not expecting this, you guys.
It's too fun.
I'm
It's
so
too
glad we
easy.
finally started playing.
I think I want Biff to just go over to Miss Foam for just a second. I just want her to say, "Hey, I like the hat. Where'd you get it?" Pointing at the little mushroom.
Nature provides a lot of things, darling. But thank you.
Oh. Yeah. Does not understand at all.
Cool.
I'm going to go look at the door.
We'll not elaborate.
Roll me investigation.
Oh, good.
I'm trying to remember my.
That's all. That's it. I just wanted that to happen.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I have short people Tsugi as well.
Okay.
I am building team relationships.
Thank you, Biff. I love you so much. Okay, fucking finally, someone is going to investigate the door, and Frankie with a dirty 20.
I kept trying.
I know.
Tsugi was being mean.
With a dirty 20, I will say, thanks to the spell that you cast earlier, there is enough light that you can see even with Tsugi on the opposite side of the hole. Because again, you're still in a hole. So yeah, you see a door, it's kind of like a solid metal door, just slammed shut. You can kind of see the rivets around the outside. There is no door handle, and there's 4 alcoves, like, in a line in the middle of it. And above each of these alcoves is a little symbol. Each of them are triangles. You've got one pointed up, one pointed down, another one pointed up with a line, with like a horizontal line through it, and one pointed down with a horizontal line through it.
See, I know what these are. Do I have to roll to see if Frankie knows what they are?
You can do either Arcana or History.
Which one do I have the bigger bonus in? I have +4 in Arcana and
+4 in History.
+4 in History. Okay, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to roll Arcana just because that is the most appropriate at the moment. D20 +4. 7. Frankie does not know what these are.
I will say, like, they seem kind of familiar, but, like, pointing up, pointing down, maybe they're a code for something.
Yeah, okay, cool.
The Konami code.
Frankie's going to imitate Dr. Tidbit Weird and copy down what they have seen. For lack of a better thing to do, they are doing it all in bright pink gel pen.
Wonderful. I think
Are
during
there
all
like
this...
walls to this place?
Sorry?
Were there walls?
Yeah, you guys there are walls surrounding. Again, you've kind of fallen down into a pit. The walls are completely sheer, and it's kind of, it is a circular pit. Obviously, the floor in a circle around where the dining table had been placed has just fallen out.
But we're in a separate little one than any of the other guests.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys don't know where anyone else is. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything.
We've been put in our own little puzzle hole.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know what Kai would do, but like Lockie might also be looking at the door. Just because they have like do want to get out of here, I imagine.
I reckon at this point, because Frankie was looking at the door, Lockie was like scraping at the walls with a knife to see if like there's any chance of climbing up like that. Like went and had a quick glance over at the symbols
Problem
as well.
solving, that's my partner.
Yeah. Had another glance at the symbols. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys like another fucking chance at this to see if Lockie knows anything about this shit. Well,
Just throwing it out there.
+3 to history.
Why are all the NPCs getting better rolls than us?
This is why I gave you like
They're more qualified.
3 separate NPCs.
Well, you took one of them away.
Design for Lockie.
Oh yeah, well, these kind of like the element symbols, aren't they?
Oh,
so this is like
that's what they were. Yes, earth, fire, water, and air.
Well, yeah, but not in that order, yeah, right? It's like you see, you got the pointed one here, like this one going up. That one's gonna be fire. You got the bottom one going like in some water. It's like that sort of thing, yeah.
And these are underneath like little alcoves.
They're just above the little alcoves. It's like, oi, you! And kind of Lockie just like gestures towards Tsugi, doing like little grabby hands. The torch, give me, come on.
Oh, roll persuasion.
Oh god, that's a fat 0 to that. 1.
Wow, 1.
If you had gotten literally higher than a 6, I would have done it because I'm tired of being the stand back, but that's a nat 1.
That's a nat 1, baby.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, here, it's okay. Do you have anything flammable? Any matches?
Oh, well, let me check.
Biff reaches into her hammer space, and pulls out a tinderbox and a torch.
And I was gonna say, like, that was like that 6 there was Lockie pulling out a box of matches as well.
Okay, yes,
Oh,
that
excellent.
will do instead, won't it?
well, yeah, like you said you wanted something flammable. Here we go. And yeah,
Biff just hands them the torch.
yeah. Torch is now lit, and Lockie shoves it into the first slot, which is like the triangle pointing up, and the triangle starts glowing a deep red.
Well, if you didn't want it, you didn't have to smash on the wall.
No, like
No, this is what we wanted it for. This is what we wanted it for.
Oh.
Kid, see, like it's glowing. That means we're doing something, right?
Is it? Can we?
Good.
Can I just say that we have if we have matches and stuff just there. Does anybody have any water of any kind?
Does anyone have potentially in their adventurer's kit a canteen of water?
Exactly. That's what I was going to check. Do I have to check this, or can I just
like
say
a
that I
water
have
skin?
it?
Yeah, water skin,
have
anything
it.
like that.
Tsugi swirls a water skin around on their finger as they are leaned against the wall with their torch, just
Take a big sip.
looking at them.
Well, we all have one of those, and Frankie is going to put one. do that.
You got to roll a d10 to get into your hammer space.
Okay, fine. 10.
Nice.
All right.
Frankie is not impressed with Tsugi. It's very funny to me.
Which one do you put it in?
Oh god, it would. Which was the fire one? It was the pointing triangle up.
yeah,
Right? So it'll be the one next to it, the pointing triangle down.
All right, that one. As soon as you put the water skin there, and like a trickle of water leaks out, that one also starts glowing a deep red as well.
Nice.
So why are these ones crossed out?
They represent a different they represent a different element.
Wasn't it Earth?
Yes. Do you have anything that may help?
Perhaps. And well, first I will hammer space. Cool. Yep. She brings out a knife and hands it to Frankie.
A knife?
I don't have what I would consider Earth, but I hope this will do. And she will cast Thorn Whip and just make the whip snake into the slot, and
Yeah,
won't say anything else.
Frankie is delighted by this.
I'm just gonna do a straight up luck roll here. Sadly, the it doesn't actually light up. It doesn't work. It is not plants is not considered earth enough.
Oh,
No.
maybe it needs something directly from the ground. And Frankie will use the knife to try and scrape some stuff from the ground. Is it earth? Is it stone? What
It's
is
stone.
Is there any dust or matter in between the flagstones or something that we can maybe prize out?
I mean, if you really want to.
Do I need to roll to
Biff?
see if there's anything there that works?
Can Biff punch the ground and just grab a rock?
Make me an attack roll against the ground.
Okay.
Wait. I'm checking if guidance can help with attack rolls. I don't think it can. No. Just hit it.
$17.
Yep, okay, that attacks the ground. You manage to punch one of the flagstones that is beneath you guys, and it just cracks in half, and you could easily lift that out of the way.
Great.
Yes, wonderful, excellent.
I got rocks.
Do you
Wonderful.
want to? Do you want to play? Do you want to place it in the alcove there, darling?
It is a large rock. I don't.
Oh
this
yeah,
is
no,
me, the
please.
player.
Biff attempts to put the giant rock into.
Yeah, Biff is gonna try and squeeze this big rock into this little space.
Well, considering tunes,
I
maybe.
yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna let this happen. It takes kind of a little bit of squeezing. I do have to question, which one did you put it in? Is it like the crossed out triangle pointing up or the crossed out triangle pointing down?
Whatever, unless they told me one, just whatever was the next one.
All right, let me double check.
So I think that's the facing up, crossed out facing up.
Yep, nothing lights up.
No, the next one along, darling.
Oh, and then we have a sequence of her trying to pull it out of the little hole. Like feet braced on the wall, pops back out, probably falls backwards into someone.
Come on, buddy.
You like, this is just after you have managed to squish Boffin. You almost squished Tidbit as well.
Oh bless.
Oh,
It's
Two of
fine,
them.
Tidbit's not full of bones.
Excuse me. It just like gets off.
Yeah.
Puts it, and then we repeat the sequence of trying to get it into the next
Same
one.
animation.
Astounding.
Yeah, we reuse that animation.
All right, good news is
What are we made of
this
money?
time, once you get the rock in there, that symbol, like the arrow pointing down, starts glowing. Well done. That's 3 out of 4.
All right,
No!
out of the way. Everybody out of the way. Tsugi's still holding the torch. They put away the water skin. They cover their eyes. Inhale. Their entire chest very tunishly balloons up with air, even as their face is completely placid with the normal inhale that they've got. And then straight into the wind.
And the final symbol lights up. And as all symbols are lit, you can hear the and then the door rises up and leads you open to a spiraling staircase around the outside of the pit that you guys had just fallen into. Does everyone want to go up?
Oh, we broke it.
Nah, kids, see, like this is us getting out. And if we get out, that means we can go track down whoever did this whole mess and tell them that they better be paying us double for this.
Oh, you're right. You're always right.
Exactly. And I think with you guys headed up the stairs, unless there was any last little bits that you wanted to do here, we shall end session 1 here.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I'm good with that. I think
End,
that's I think it's
end
good.
session 1 here.
I think this question, does anyone want to carry Dr. Buffin?
I was about to ask, honestly, but
Oh shit, we were just gonna leave him. I think that Biff is probably the biggest person
I was
to
gonna
carry
say,
things, right?
Yeah.
There's a you know what? Yeah. Biff will probably just kind of grab him.
Yeah, it's just like, man, could we get... Oh, thank you so much. Like, Tidbit just kind of following after you, kind of nervously checking that Buffin's okay. And as
Aw.
you guys all make the trek upstairs, we fade to black, and we will do the rest next time. Thank you, everyone,
Yeehaw.
for coming.
Had a good time!
Thank you for running this game. It's very fun.
I'm
I
so
love this
glad.
group.
I'm so glad I allowed an entire fucking hour for shenanigans at the beginning, because, yeah, of course that
Hell
was
yes.
gonna happen.
Just gonna fuck
We used
around.
the entire hour, of course.
For shenanigans, yes.
Oh, that was brilliant. Thank you all for playing. We're gonna end our recording here, I think. So does everyone want to say goodbye?
Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.